Hi everyone, it's Hugo. I thought about sharing with all of you the progression of my life goals as a saxophonist. I believe it's important to be outspoken about it. Being a full-time musician is not an easy career. I want to help the music community, or at least one person, to use my journey to reflect on their own and being less afraid of go forward all in to become what they really want to be. My first life goal was established when I was 4 years old. I decided to be what my dad was passionate about. So I wanted to be a singer, actor, and musician. My parents could see how excited I was about the idea, so they supported me and booked me for piano and singing classes for 10 years and acting classes between that and theater. At 12 years old, I picked up the saxophone very quickly. It was the air cadets who recruited me into the marching band. Saxophone was very easy. It was the best of both worlds between singing and piano. I started to realize how delusional I was with my ambitions. I thought if I would just do the things that I like to do, everything would happen magically. But I learned that's not the case. I needed to actually work my ass off to go forward in life. So I moved on to my second life goal. I wanted to be a really good saxophone player. At 14, 15 years old, I went to a music program at school on saxophone. I was playing in an orchestra. I was singing and playing saxophone in a rock band, studying at the Conservatoire de Montréal in classical saxophone in partial time as well. Then I continued to Cégep Saint-Laurent. I moved to Montreal. I was working as a waiter in partial time to support rent while balancing my studies and putting a lot of hours into saxophone. Looking back at all those years, it feels like I was on autopilot and I was still delusional about my ambitions. I thought if I would be really good at saxophone, everything would work out. I would be a full-time saxophone player, making my own music, touring, having albums, blah, 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 but that's not how it works. On my second year at McGill University in jazz saxophone, I established my third life goal. I wanted to be a full-time professional saxophonist. It's when I came back from my 4-month summer contract as a saxophone player on a cruise ship that I came back to Montreal for my second year at McGill. I did not take a new job as a waiter in a restaurant. I would address full-on my ambition to become a full-time saxophonist. So I would make money as a musician, no matter what it meant, even if it would mean to me to play in the subway for peanuts. I did not care. At least I had a little pile of cash to figure out what I was going to do. It took me 7 years to feel like I've accomplished my dream of being a full-time saxophonist. The first 2 years, during the rest of my bachelor's degree, I was playing in subway stations, doing bar gigs, passing the hat between sets for change. Then the third year, I was playing in a couple of bands around Montreal. I began to play in a disco band that had a steady amount of gigs, around 75 per year. Then COVID happened. After COVID, business started booming. Finally, everything took off for the better. And the last 3 or 4 years was good for me. And I can say that I'm truly a full-time saxophonist now. Last couple of years was a lot of fun. I had all kinds of different gigs, a lot of great opportunities, but it was also not my happiest moments. At times, I was trying to fill a void I couldn't fill, going crazy with the money that I was making, buying all types of saxophones, flutes and clarinets and other music gear. Last year, I formulated my fourth life goal. I want to grow my social media platforms to gain enough followers to support my new goal to become a full-time original composer and saxophonist. To achieve my new goals, I made two sacrifices. One, overcome my gear addiction, which I consider done now. Second, I needed more time in my schedule to become a content creator. Now, something interesting happened when I had more time in my schedule. I started procrastinating a lot, and I understood that I needed to work on myself for things to work out. So I booked appointments with a psychotherapist and ergotherapist to be a better version of myself. And now I'm feeling way happier than I used to be. I'm ready to create content, make music, and share it with the world as often as possible. That's it for today. Thanks for sticking to the end of the video. I hope my journey will inspire someone to have the courage to stop being afraid and take action now to become what you really want to be.